You know that feeling when something seems too good to be true, like finding a house with a great price in a perfect location, only to realize later it's a nightmare in disguise. So before you fall in love with a home, you need to know which ones to avoid. Some homes seem like a great deal, but hidden issues can turn them into money pits. So today I'm breaking down the 4 types of homes you should never buy unless you enjoy surprise expenses, noisy nights, and watching your home value struggle. So if you're ready, let's get into it. First up is flipped homes, the pretty but problematic ones, where you walk into a freshly flipped house and it looks like an HGTV dream. New floors, quartz countertops, and a Pinterest-worthy backsplash. You're already picturing your furniture in it. All right, but before you start measuring for that new sectional, here's the reality check. Most house flippers are in it for a quick profit, not quality craftsmanship. We're probably looking at about a 3-month turnaround. And if they only focused on the cosmetic updates, well, what's lurking behind those walls? You've got electrical, plumbing, foundation. If those items weren't updated, well, then you're in trouble. So one trick, always check under the sink. If the pipes look old, but everything else is new, well, that's a huge red flag. It's kind of like lipstick on a pig, right? So quick tip, ask for permits on those major renovations. No permits, no deal. What's the most commonly overlooked issue in flipped homes? Electrical and plumbing, because they're hidden. So always get a thorough inspection. All right, next up are homes with structural issues. This is the nightmare in disguise. Some homes just have character, right? A sloping floor, a few cracks in the wall. Adds charm, right? Well, not exactly. Those quirks might actually be serious structural issues and can cost a fortune to fix. So here's what you look for. Diagonal cracks in the walls or bricks that it's not settling, it's actually shifting. Maybe doors that don't close properly if they used to and now they don't. Well, that's a bad sign. And what about those water stains in the basement? Not just a little moisture here, because that can be a red flag for foundation problems. Now, foundation repairs, it's not a do-it-yourself weekend project. They can cost between $10,000 to $50,000 or more, depending on how bad the problem is. So unless you have a spare 50 grand lying around, proceed with caution. So what's the most expensive structural issue to fix? Foundation repairs, because they can be a financial nightmare. And the second expensive can be sewer issues. I've got many stories about those as well. All right, how about homes on a busy street or maybe near a railroad? The never-ending noise. So you know what's great about living near a major road? Oh, sure, you have easy access to everything. You know what's not great? Honking horns at 6 a.m., trucks shaking your windows as they speed by, or trying to have a peaceful backyard barbecue while shouting over traffic. And it's not just the roads. If your house is near a railroad, you might be dealing with, let's see, train horns at 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., vibrations shaking your walls and windows. Makes lower resale value because buyers don't want that noise either. I get it. Homes in these locations can be cheaper than similar homes in quieter areas, but that's because fewer people want to live with the noise. So a quick test, visit the house during rush hour or when trains pass through, and if it's unbearable for 10 minutes, imagine dealing with it every day. What's the number one resale problem with busy streets or railroad homes? Buyers avoid them. Even if you love it now, selling it later could be a struggle. What about older homes? The money pit in disguise. Older homes have so much charm. Original hardwood, classic architecture, real craftsmanship. I do love them, but here's what you might not love. Outdated electrical wiring or panel. You could plug in your air fryer or trip the breaker. Or what about the old plumbing? Lead pipes, galvanized steel? Both could be bad news. Or zero installation. Get ready for the high energy bills. You might be paying for character, and a full electrical overhaul. Just know what you're getting into. So what's the most expensive surprise in older homes? Rewiring the entire house. The cost can be $15,000 to $30,000 or more. Okay, so should you never buy these homes? Not necessarily, but you have to go in with your eyes open. Now, flipped homes get a top-notch inspector. Not all flipped homes are a bad deal. I do know many flippers who do a top-notch job. Structural issues, know what repairs will cost you. Busy streets or railroads. Think about long-term livability and the resale. Older homes factor in ongoing maintenance. Smart buyers invest wisely so you don't wake up one day wondering, why didn't anyone warn me about this? So now you know what homes to avoid. But what about when you're choosing between a condo or a townhouse? That decision can be just as tricky, and I'll break that down in my next video. Until then, remember, life is short, live somewhere awesome, and be well. We'll see you next week.